All right, so we just gotta record this, gotta improvise. It's not on my mic, but it is what it is. You gotta be consistent. Even if you don't feel like recording or the situation isn't ideal, you still gotta do it. You still gotta show up. So today, we're gonna talk about why it's important, who you really hang around with. I was reading chapter 9, I just finished chapter 9 of Atomic Habits, and it talks about how the people around you, your circle, your friends and family, the influence they have on your habits. Because you have to really think, especially when you talk to people, right? Just think about first with food. You know, it's really crazy. People will tell you cholesterol is this, that, and all these things, yet they're hella overweight. One of my old coworkers from she's like, oh, cholesterol is bad, and her waist size is 30, and she's like 5'4", bro. She's bigger than an NFL linebacker. It's just crazy. That's why you can't you have to get to a point where you're just so locked in, where you just start to ignore all the stuff that's going on around you, because it's like these people, they're overweight, they're out of shape, they don't know anything, they don't love themselves. Clearly, you can see how they look. Why would you listen to them? And that's another thing too. You got to recognize is if you're trying to go to a certain place, because I'm telling you, a lot of people, they're going to talk about this. I'm telling you, I got firsthand experience. But anyone that listens to these videos, if you're generally walking this path, you're going to see your circle's going to get smaller and smaller. And if you're around actually locked in people, which now I'm blessed to, they're going to tell you the same thing. You got to cut people out. Your circle's going to get smaller and smaller, just as a consequence, unfortunately, of you actually being on your purpose and path. This is how it is. It's not something you can avoid. You can try to sugarcoat it, you can try to delay it, but that's the reality. A lot of you listen to this, I'm telling you, people that you didn't even expect. In 6 months, you might not even hang out with them. You might never talk to them again, because they're gonna vibrate so highly where you can't be around that person anymore. And a lot of you aren't ready for that. I've seen it firsthand with a good friend, even now with myself. It's really crazy, but you got to keep moving forward. On some Aaron Yeager shit, you got to keep moving forward. Like whatever it takes, I'm gonna get lean. I'm gonna be the best version of myself. I'm gonna continue to do all these practices, because I recognize now that I wasn't the crazy one for having these beliefs and thoughts. That's why, unfortunately, some people watching, you're probably gonna be the most locked in person that you know. Honestly, you're gonna be the most locked in person that you know. So you're probably gonna have to find that person that's also locked in. You might find them in passing one day and they become a good friend, or you might find it online like I did. But just know there's genuinely locked in people, and I mean actually locked in people, not the people that are oh, they're trying to work out and then they don't, or they go once a week. I mean people that genuinely lock in. They do it effortlessly, like it's breathing. I'm telling you, it's really opened my mind. When you recognize where the bar is, I'm telling you, once you know what your standards should be, a lot of you listening, you think it's hard to work out 4 or 5 times a week. When you hear that from someone that works double the amount of hours you do on a weekly basis, and they work out more than you have no excuse. Your standards are just too low. And that's happened to me. I was like, yeah, I have no excuse. These niggas are actually locked in, and they're working more hours than me. I have no excuse. I gotta lock in, work out, stop eating the bullshit, and get lean. Anyone listening to this, you probably have more body fat on you than you think. This is my sign for you, though. I'm telling you, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want, but definitely, you gotta get lean. Because what you're gonna gain from it, I'm telling you, as you really control what you put into your mouth, pause, but there's a power that comes from that. Because see, for me, as someone that was locked in, I recognize there's even more levels to that now too, I think it's been 14 days. I've eaten the same 2 meals 14 days straight. But there are people that they've been doing that for years. So you recognize, okay, well, that's good. Not good enough. Job's not finished. Not lean. Got to keep going. Job's not finished. But when you're around people that are so locked in, you're going to see in your circle, wow, these people are not locked in. I got to go the other way, because these two aren't locked in. They want the results. They want these things to talk about it, but they don't do the bare minimum. And that's the standards are too low. So you're going to have to distance yourself from those people. I'm telling you, it's a consequence of this path. There's many of you out there. You guys work out, but you don't take your diet seriously. What is the point in going to the gym if you're not going to hit your protein goal? Or if you're going to eat goofy foods? Like, what is the point? You might as well stay at home. A lot of you might as well just stay at home. There's no reason for you to be at the gym working out because you don't take your diet seriously. That's the biggest thing. The diet is the most important part. You have to be tracking your foods. I'm telling you, it was eye-opening for me when I started actually tracking my foods, like genuinely. When I started tracking, it's crazy. My waist is already down an inch. You know, in a month, 2, 3, my waist would be like 29, 20 inches, which is crazy because my shoulders are so wide. So it's going to make that V-taper even more crazy. That's why you have to take the diet stuff seriously because it's the ultimate amplifier. And here's another thing. I'm telling you, like, as you get more and more locked in, you're going to have conversations with people and you're just going to be like bullshit or hard cope in your mind. Or maybe you'll tell them. But a lot of people just make so much like excuses. Oh, you got to live a little, have fun. What about moderation? It's okay. They'll learn in time. All this cope. And it's just like, no, your standards are just too low because actually locked in people, they don't do those things. Like they actually do the things they said they're going to do. They actually work out. They take care of themselves. They don't succumb to lust. All the stuff I talk about in these videos is what lots of people have been doing. It's been doing it for a lot longer and more consistently with more intent. Because the more you break it down, it's really simple. But the bar is so low, you not gooning, you working out, you eating right. That's impressive, even though that's the actual standard. The standard doesn't make you impressive. That just means you can actually compete now in the races. But the bar is so low, the actual standard, when you hit it, it's going to put you so far ahead of everyone else, just mentally, spiritually, like physically too, because how you look, you're just going to look better. Everyone, and people can sense that, I'm telling you. I've seen it firsthand at work. You don't even want the people to talk to, but they keep talking to you. You're like, what the fuck, why? Like, but it's just a consequence of this path. And there's going to come a point where you genuinely start to walk the path. And I think that point finally crossed to me, where you're okay with the sacrifices. You're like, this is fine. Because you kind of like being alone. Waking up early, working out, eating the same meals. Like having this routine that people call boring because their standards are so low, but you start to do it and it becomes effortless. And you're like, oh, this is helping me get better. It's going to bleed in other aspects of your life and help you achieve all the goals you want to add more. But too many of us just want to kind of talk. But as soon as things get uncomfortable for a little bit, you stop or you go backwards. That's the most important time to keep going. Trust me, I had every reason today not to record this video, but I'm like, no, it doesn't matter how I feel. Discipline is about showing up, even if you don't feel like it. You still do it. You still show up to the gym. You still eat your meals, still eat your protein goals, still track your meals. You don't stop doing those things just because you had a bad day or you're not in the best spirit. Like, your standards can't be that low. I tell you, like, recently I'm like, damn, some niggas just act like bitches. And you're just like, come on. Like, not to be, but you just got to lock in. Like, the bar can't be that low where you have your feelings just, like, override the things you do. That's why it's important. You meditate, you journal, keep doing all these habits that everyone talks about and everyone tells you. Because if you don't do them, then you're going to go backwards. Remember, you're either going forward or backward. Doesn't matter what you think, that's just the reality. You see, because a lot of people, they still don't understand the reality of, if you want to be in shape, you want to have muscle, you got to work out consistently for years. But that's going to be most of the time you're going to be working out. It's going to be by yourself. It's going to be at times you don't want to go. But you still got to do it. You still have to work out. But too many people, they want the benefits of working out without actually working out. It doesn't work that way. You can't have both. See, the thing about self-improvement and alignment is your thoughts got to match your actions. If you really say you want these things, you have to actually do the work. Like, go through the trials, tribulations, go through the fire. That's why SR is so important. And no one really talks about SR. But SR is the big, I'm telling you, SR makes you so, SR, if you retain long enough, you're going to lose a lot of people around you, because you're just going to recognize people just seek pleasure just because, like, it's fun. Like they're fucking, like, 13-year-old children. Like, no, like. And sometimes it's people that are, like, way older, and you're just like, wow, like, okay. Like, the bar is really in hell, as they say. But you just have to you got to maintain high standards in how you carry yourself. Even the content you watch, the people you're around, all your standards are always going to reflect. I'm telling you, once you recognize what the bars are, your standards are. But even that, whether you want to be a personal trainer or whatever, anything you want to do, you still got to be in shape as a dude. Like, a lot of you want to avoid that part. You can't. All roads lead to this. That's what most of you don't understand. There's no way around it. You have to be in shape. If you think you don't have to be in shape, our people, for some reason, they keep bringing up Elon Musk or some other billionaire. And it's like, okay, there might be an exception or two, but even then, I don't care. See, me personally, I don't want the $1 billion and to be out of shape. Because at that point, like, it's not even worth it. If you're out of shape and you're going to die from diabetes or something, like, what's the point? And if you genuinely want to attract someone desirable, if you're out of shape, you're going to be cooked. They're just going to want you for your money. It's like, what's the point? Like, why are we bringing that up? But that's just another common cope that people want to use. Oh, there are plenty of rich people that aren't in shape. Okay. Like why even say that? Because that's another thing too. The people saying that, they're not even doing the work. A lot of people want to talk about what's healthy, what's not healthy, and they don't even eat healthy. They have no idea what they're doing, or they're hell overweight. Like, you don't know what healthy is, and it reflects externally that you don't know what health is. So why are you telling people what's healthy and what's not? Makes no sense. Makes actually no sense. And it's crazy too, because I guess depending on who you're around, you might come off as an asshole, but it's just because you're just less tolerant of excuses and bullshit. So once you get to that point, that's another reason you start to grow distant from other people, because you start to recognize, like, yeah, these people, like, they're not locked in like I thought. I mean, I'm just locked in more. But the standard is the same. It's just people just for some reason want to cope and act like it isn't. Or people want to skip over the gym and the diet stuff. That's why I always come back to those points. Like, you have to do those things. And you have to take it serious. A lot of us just don't take it serious enough, the importance of this diet stuff. Even working out. See, a lot of you don't understand that the gym is so much more than just getting stronger and progressive overloading. But you're not going to get it until you genuinely work out for probably a couple of years and you see the transformation your body goes through. But from that physical transformation, there's so much more that's going to occur mentally, spiritually. I'm telling you, it's really crazy. Because that's another thing too. Everyone thinks the gym is about, like, looking better, being muscular. No, the gym is just, it's delayed gratification, it's discipline. It's self-love in its highest form. That's why it's so rewarding. Because it's really one of the only ways to build up that merit. If you don't have confidence in yourself, work out. Because when you can consistently work out for years and do things most other people are willing to do, you're going to have confidence. Because you know you're that nigga. It's just, because you look around and you're like, none of these people do this. None of these people do what I'm doing. And if they attempt to, they can't do it consistently. And that's not from ego. It's just you being objective with reality. Self-improvement. Most people genuinely aren't going to walk that path. It is what it is. It's not to attack them. It is what it is. But for those that do genuinely walk the path, do know it's worth it. Even for me, there's still a lot of probably consequences I'm not aware of yet of this journey, but I still think it's worth it, because I know on the other side of this stuff is a physique, a mind, things I can't even begin to imagine. Because you're going to vibrate higher and higher and higher. If you've seen how people talk, how they just interact, like, people are, like, very, like, in shape. I mean, like, very lean, like, locked in. They eat the same meals. Things that you think are difficult. That's another thing, too. You see, it's the whole, like, manifestation thing. But you recognize, oh, these things are actually possible. As soon as you see that, because you're around people that have done it, you're like, oh, okay. It just forces you to lock in, because you're like, oh, it's actually possible. Oh, I can't say, oh, I don't have time, because that person works 80 hours and they still work out. They still hit the protein goal. They don't go to crumble, and they work double the amount of hours as the average person, yet they still do these things. So there's no excuse. My standards were just too low, and they're going to keep getting raised as you're around those people more and more. That's why that chapter of Atomic Habits is so important. The people you're around. my favorite content creators, is always talking about you got to be around people that inspire or motivate you. Unfortunately, most of us, we don't have anyone like that, so we have to find that online, or you got to become that. If you can't be around people that inspire and motivate you, then you got to become someone that inspires and motivate people. But you're gonna do that by taking this health stuff seriously, genuinely. You guys will see it, because these videos, they serve as my thoughts, what I'm going through, but they're gonna help us track the journey, as you see how my thoughts develop and all the changes and stuff I'll be going to. That's why I record these videos. But these videos also reinforce a new identity. If you say you're gonna upload daily, you actually do it. But you gotta be really consistent about it, even if you don't feel like it. All these things subtly just keep increasing your vibration. Like, guys, when I tell you, I can't even explain it. Like, I don't know if it's SR, or maybe I just get better sleep. I'm not sure, but I can really get away with 6 hours of sleep, like between 6 to 9. But even on the lower end, I'm still so locked in. I can still hit PRs in the gym. I don't really get a dip. Like, how most people around like 1, 2 p.m., they'll kind of dip out on their energy. I don't really experience that. And I think it's just, you just vibrate so highly, you just have more energy. It's some anime shit. It's like Sage Mode. You just have more energy. You can just do more things because you got like your normal powers, and you have, everything else, the high vibration you get from being locked in and doing all these things. That's why I always preach. Like, you guys, you have to do these things. And genuinely. I see a lot of you, the reason you can't do it because you don't understand the seriousness of it. You're still downplaying it. And your standards are just still too low. This is why it's important who you're around. Because see, certain people I've interacted with, oh, you gotta live a little moderation. When I think about it, these people don't inspire, they don't motivate me. Some of them are overweight, out of shape, they don't work out. Why would I listen to them? I don't want to be like them. And there was another argument, talking to a very good friend, but it was like, oh, isn't it kind of crazy to view people like that? But innately, subconsciously, we all view people, even transactionally, we all do it, especially women, but I'm just more cognizant of it now. I'm aware of it. Like, I'm aware how I'm doing it, because I know what my standards are. So I know how I'm being selective, You see a lot of you, it's like, I couldn't be with someone that's a foodie, because I'm not a foodie. I just eat for fuel. If it tastes good, that's a plus. But I'm eating to fuel my body. That's it. So too many people eat for taste. What the hell are we eating for taste for? That's the most bitch. Like, oh God. This channel will never be monetized because I'm telling you, but that's why I like recording these videos. It's like journaling almost, or therapy. I'll do more walking videos like this, whatever. Most people are probably just listening, so you watching me walk, it's whatever. But definitely encourage anyone that's you've thought about always uploading. Because see, the biggest thing, the biggest reason I preach SR is because it made me because I always wanted to upload YouTube, all stuff. I always wanted to do it, but I was too scared. But SR, it gives you that confidence, because you gain merit that you can stand on your principles. They can't take SR away from you. Most people, they can't even see it. They don't even know you're doing it. Most people don't even know about the practice. So if you're aware of it, that alone gives you a power, especially if you're doing it intentionally. Because what you guys don't recognize is anyone that gets to 100, 80 plus days of retention, you don't get there just sitting at home. The reason you guys relapse is because you just sit at home. You guys don't do anything. You can't relapse. There's always something to do. See, for me, it's always something to do. I'm like, I can't sit at home. There's always something to do. We gotta go to the farmer's market. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. We gotta work out. Buy food. There's always something to work. Most of us probably aren't working enough. That's why I hate the whole balance thing. People need to work more, not have more fun. You need to work more. Then you'll be able to have more fun on your terms. Shit is so backwards. It's actually so backwards. That's so important you listen to. Because once you recognize, oh, these should be your actual standards, boom, and you'll never deviate from them. See, for me, it's not hitting my protein goal. It's life or death, because, and it sounds crazy, but it's not, because that's a commitment you made. Now, see, in exchange for following that commitment every day, you're gonna have this mental clarity, this discipline. You'll just feel better because your hormones. There's a bunch of physical benefits too, but just spiritually knowing, okay, I can make I can do difficult things. I can do it every day, and most people can't do this. That's gonna make you start moving and operating in a certain way, where you know you show up and you know you can do difficult things that most people aren't willing to do. You gain immense confidence like that. If anyone's out here, you're not confident, just start doing these things that everyone's always telling you to do. Do them genuinely and do them consistently. And those issues will go away, trust. Because I'll always stand on this, because there's nothing someone can say where it's like, oh, there's, oh, isn't that a little mean? Or, oh, you're just egotistical. Why don't you live a little? No, I don't want to be like you, so I'm not going to listen to you. It's that simple. It's that simple. That sounds harsh. It is what it is, but that's the consequence when you actually start to get aligned. Because that's the problem. That's another issue I have in today's. We love to coddle everything. Like, some people need to be told, like, you're fat. You need to actually lock in, or you're going to die. And we try to downplay it, like this whole body positivity. Man, you see, it's because you guys don't understand the science. It's really impressive how much weight some of these women have. It's genuinely impressive. You guys don't understand how hard. You know how hard it is to maintain that body weight? You guys don't get it. I'm telling you, if you understood the biochemistry, you recognize how oppressive of a feat that is. If you can get to that weight, it should be just as easy to lose that weight, because you've been doing impressive shit for years just in the wrong direction. But to say that's okay, nah. We got to get to a point where that's not the case. No, it's not. Those people's standards are just too low. They call it self-love by accepting everyone. No, that's not self-love. We have to get to the point where we stop doing that. That is not self-love in any shape or form. It's literally gutting you. It's literally sin. And it's funny, those people too. Oh, seek God for, man. Anyone that's actually, seek the kingdom first. It means self-improvement, especially as a man. You're gonna have to go through discomfort. You're gonna have to avoid pleasure. That's the only way to thoroughly find and seek your purpose. You have to just get okay being uncomfortable. And if that sounds crazy, or, oh, why can't I just have fun all the time? You're cooked. You never even get to that point. For anyone that watches the anime out here, all the main characters go through some crazy stuff. It's not always simple. They're usually going through crazy stuff. People die, this or that. The big bad's about to destroy the world, and if they don't lock in, the world is cooked. Now, of course, it's an anime, but you're always going to go through things. But the only way you're going to get better at going through difficult things is you got to willingly do some difficult things. That's why the gym is. Because remember, every time you go to the gym, you're putting your body through discomfort. Willingly. No one is telling you have to work. Well, no one's forcing you. That's right. That's the first thing. People can encourage you, but only you can ultimately put in the work. No one's going to wake you up early but yourself. Only you can really do that. So that's why there's so much power that comes from working out consistently. And see, many people, I'm telling you, once you learn how to be really, really patient, you ground your expectations, which allows you to, to detach, the law of detachment. So now you're okay, just focus on your inputs, and things will work out. You still have the goal, but you know it's going to work out now because you do it consistently doing the inputs. Now the game becomes, oh, I just got to do these inputs long enough, and then boom, you'll be good. But most people, the inputs stop after a while. That's what I recognize. But so now it's okay, I know what to do. Now you just got to be consistent for month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4. But your standards are going to get so high where it becomes very easy to consistently do that. Because it's not a struggle, it's a part of your identity. We work out, we eat the same meals because the job's not finished. We haven't gotten lean. Or, oh no, not enough muscle, how much further can you push this? It's really some anime shit. What form of ultra instinct can I unlock if I keep going? What happens if I don't quit? What happens if I eat the same meals consistently for 6 months and actually don't deviate for months? What happens if I actually make a commitment? Get to 200 plus days of SR, do all these crazy feats. What's gonna happen? Because a lot of people just really don't understand how much the spiritual journey is gonna change you. Before I started SR till now, the progress I made in the gym and just mental, I'm telling you, eventually it has to reflect externally. It's gonna reflect in more money, debt gone, all these things. Fortunately, what you think is going to manifest if you give it enough time. Some just take longer, but law of consciousness, that stuff's going to sprout in the external. So just to keep going, just keep putting in the work. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm like, damn, I want to do this. But then I kill me, I'm like, nah. We have to do it. We got to keep these commitments every day. Every day you're gonna be tested. You could hang out with that chick, or you could seek a purpose. You could put off the gym another week. You could go to Crumble again for probably the fourth time that week, because it's really crazy. The people telling you, that's another thing too. See, maybe we'll make a video about that someday, because there's a lot of diets, but most people they don't know, because they don't do. They don't try to eat healthy. Eating healthy for them. You see, what I used to do, right? It was 6 days I would be locked. One day I have a cheat meal. See, people, they do that in the other direction. Yet they talk about moderation. It's like, I just don't understand it. I really just don't get it. But most people, see, for me, the reason I don't, now it's just like, you just haven't earned it. The job's not finished. So why are we having a cheat meal? What's there to celebrate? Job's not finished. See, when your standards get that high, it becomes, why the hell would I go to McDonald's or some nonsense? Like, why? Job's not finished. Not lean. Gotta keep going. And remember, the job is never finished, because once you get lean, we put on the muscle. Okay, we gotta maintain it. We don't want to gain it. See, most people, you're gonna lose the weight. Man, I had an old coworker, the same girl. Bro, she was a baddie. Oh my goodness, but she gained so much weight because she's just fucking gluttonous. I'm telling you, it's crazy. You go from a bad bitch to fucking beyond chopped by just gaining that much weight. It's the same as most dudes. When you go from 400 pounds to, now you're shredded, people are like, damn, what the hell? Like, especially in the face too, because some people, they just store more fat in their face. That might be the last area where fat, gets removed when you cut down, but that's why you just gotta be locked in your diet. You can't keep ignoring these things. But you really have fat people out here telling you to live a little more. It's actually funny. Like, oh my God. It's actually funny. So I tell you have to be around people that are locked in, inspired, that motivate you. I'm telling you, every day now I recognize the importance of that, especially now. And I'm blessed now to have people. I know they're locked in. I know they're doing the things. You don't have to ask them. That's the standard. And they do it. And they show you that they're doing it. You can sense it. You'll know. That's the thing. You will always know. You can't fake this SR shit. You'll know. You know. You can't. You don't get to 130 days. You can't fake this. You can't. Because no one's forcing you to do it. It's like this quiet calmness that comes from. You can keep commitments. And you can do actual difficult things. People try to downplay it. I remember, it's funny. On one of my YouTube videos, there was this comment, clown retention. I don't even know what that is, but I'm talking about no profile picture. It's crazy, but comments like that, I can only laugh now, because there are gonna probably people that know about this practice, or they downplay it, but you haven't done it. You haven't gone more than a week. You can't go a week without gooning, and you're gonna clown people for resisting probably the most difficult sin. There's always people that aren't doing, that are clowning you for actually trying to be better. It's really crazy how it works. That's why you gotta stay locked in. If you gotta cut people off, so be it. But just stay locked in, guys. Like, let's keep getting it. Stay locked. Let's get it.